Alright, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rahakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to you, Arkim, that be pushing this word around the globe in faith and in truth and sincerity. As always, I'd like to begin by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to get Israelites that do look like the other nations, because Israel has been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. So you're going to get Israelites who do look like Edomites or Moabites or Ammonites. However, if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible named Israel, then you too are an Israelite no matter what you look like. So I'm just going to get into this little lesson here. This is based on an article that a brother sent to me earlier this morning, and it's from ABC News. It says 12-year-old girl faces online backlash over hunting photos. Ariana Gordon calls getting a zebra her dream hunt. So let's have a look at this. I'll play the video and then I'll read the article.
Now to a story that's sparking fierce outrage here at home. Most kids love animals, but this young girl says she also loves hunting them. She's just 12 years old and she's already traveling to exotic safaris in pursuit of trophy kills. Now, after posing with her prey on social media, she's defending herself after igniting a fury of internet anger in the latest battle over big game hunting. At just 12 years old, Ariana Gordine is already a sharpshooter, a lethal big game hunter both at home and abroad. But the Utah native came under fire after posting these images on her Facebook page, Braids and Bows. Here she is smiling next to the animals she killed while on safari with her dad in Africa last week.
It's something that I cherish and I enjoy, and I want other people to see what I've been able to experience.
In this post with the zebra, Ariana writes, "One of my dream hunts, for sure." The hunt was legal, but online, outrage. This post with a dead giraffe racking up over 73,500 comments so far, some calling Ariana sick and an animal hater, or even threatening the 12-year-old's life.
They love animals, but I mean, we love animals too. It's just, we also love hunting.
The father-daughter duo does have some supporters online, posting comments like, "Let the haters hate. Hunt away, Ariana."
I started hunting because it's something my family has done for generations, and my dad got me into it when I was little.
We're proud to be hunters, and we'll never apologize for being a hunter.
Or for felling that giraffe.
She had mentioned she'd seen a few of the other celebrity hunters that have shot a giraffe, and she thought, that might be fun.
And Ariana's dad, Eli, says their guides actually offered this particular giraffe to hunt.
They actually had an older bull giraffe on the property that was creating problems for the other giraffes. It was harming the young giraffes, and so he said, this one we could probably hunt if you were interested.
But not everyone agrees with this justification.
We hear that a lot, that in this modern day and age we have to proactively and excessively manage wildlife. I don't buy it.
This isn't the first time social media has created a firestorm over big game kills for sport. Just this past week, this graphic video obtained by the New York Post showing hunter Josh Bomer hurling a spear and killing a bear. Online, people calling his kill despicable. Bomer doubled down in an interview with the Daily Mirror, stating, "You all should be ashamed of yourselves for trying to kill a heritage that has existed for over 1 million years. Literally, since the dawn of man, the spear has been a vital role in survival." But perhaps the biggest public uproar came after Minnesota dentist Walter Palmer killed a beloved lion in Zimbabwe last year. Cecil the lion was the star attraction of Ngawe National Park.
To me, it was one of the most magnificent lions I've seen.
Dr. Palmer hired local guides, paying more than $50,000 for a hunting license. But authorities at the time said Palmer and his guides illegally lured Cecil, first injuring him, eventually killing him, taking the head of the pride as their trophy. While a lawyer for the guide insisted nobody knew the slain lion was Cecil,
Mr. Palmer didn't know he was shooting this famous lion.
the public wasn't convinced. One Twitter user even wrote, "Think it's safe to say that dentist Walter Palmer of lion killing fame is the most hated man in the world right now." Good stuff. Palmer released a statement then, saying, "I had no idea the lion I took was a known local favorite," adding that he relied on the expertise of my local professional guides to ensure my legal hunt. "I deeply regret that my pursuit of an activity I love and practice responsibly and legally resulted in the taking of this lion." He was never charged for the death of the lion and has no further comment. But big game hunts are still enormously popular. Even the Trump brothers are fans of the sport, seen here with their so-called trophies. According to the Humane Society International, over the last decade, American hunters have imported more than 1.2 million animals as trophies. That's more than 126,000 a year. But for many, shooting to kill is not just sport. Hunters like Eva Shockey believe that what you hunt, you should eat. My ABC colleague Neil Karlinski first met Shockey last year.
They don't understand that we eat all that meat. I mean, what are they eating at their dinner table? Do they have meat on their plate? Do they go to Whole Foods and buy a $20 steak? Do they know where that steak came from?
Shockey got a taste of that online rage herself after posing with a 510-pound bear she'd just killed in North Carolina. Threats poured in on Facebook. She says she had 5,000 death threats in one day.
I think when they attack me, that's just a form of fear, basically. They are used to a hunter with a beard, with a chew in his lip and drinking beer, and that's not what I represent.
Like Ariana, Eva was exposed to hunting with her dad when she was very young. Here she is at 7.
How long have you been doing this, shooting arrows?
Seriously, for probably 5-6 years now.
But she didn't start hunting herself until she was 20 and never actually killed an animal until this emotional moment captured on video.
Smoked him.
Did I miss him?
No, you hit him. You hit him. That's exactly what will happen. You aim 3 inches underneath his tusk?
I'm about to cry.
Don't cry. Evie, did you aim 3 inches underneath his tusk? And was it solid?
I think so.
Yeah, it's good. You hit him solid. You can hear it. It went like this. It went whoop. It was emotional.
It was emotional, yeah. I was excited, I was nervous, I was worried.
Was any of it feeling the impact of taking a life?
As a hunter, if you don't feel remorse, like if you don't feel reverence for that animal that just gave you a life, then I think you should maybe rethink it, because we don't think this animal, that's an animal, that's a living animal, and it's now become food for people.
Eva and Ariana are part of a growing trend. The number of female hunters grew nearly 5 times as fast as male hunters between 2006 and 2011.
I want other women and youth to get into the hunting experiences, because it's funner than you could imagine, and it's great. It's just awesome.
Ariana Gordine says that legal hunting is actually good for the wildlife and the local communities. They say the giraffe meat was donated to the local village and will feed 800 orphans over the next month.
They don't understand the conservation aspect of it. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It creates millions of jobs across the world. It boosts the economy hugely.
But not necessarily. According to a recent report, only 3% of the $200 million in revenue from Africa's big game hunting trickles down to the local economy.
Study after study has shown that minuscule amounts actually go back to the people on the ground in the communities that have to live beside wildlife.
And animal advocates argue it does little for animal conservation.
It's 2016. We no longer have to kill endangered species to save them.
Despite the backlash, Ariana says she will still keep hunting.
I would never back down from hunting, because I'm a hunter, and no matter what the people say to me, I'm never going to stop.
Right, so this article is a little old, 2016, but it still shows the truth about Esau's nature. Let me just read, see how long this article is. Yeah, I'll just read this quickly and I'll get into the scriptures. It says, a 12-year-old girl who likes to hunt big game with her father sparks an online firestorm after posting photos of herself online posing with the giraffe and the zebra she had killed with the help of her dad. Ariana Golden and her father Eli Golden travelled to Utah, South Africa for a hunting trip last week. Ariana told ABC News that she posted a photo on Facebook of her posing next to the dead zebra with a bow and arrow, along with a caption that read, "One of my dream hunts for sure. It's something that I cherish and enjoy, and I want other people to see what I experienced," she said in an interview with Good Morning America. The trip was one of the many the pair have taken with no notice over the past 5 years, but this time her Facebook postings quickly made her a topic of heated discussion. One photo received over 73,000 comments, with some users calling her sick and an animal hater. Supporters posted encouraging messages, including one reading, "Let the haters hate, hunt away Ariana." In a post on Tuesday, Ariana acknowledged the uproar. "My last profile picture was very offensive to others, and I have learned my lesson with that pose. I apologize." Some of the more extreme comments went so far as to threaten her and her father's lives. "We're proud to be hunters and will never apologize for being a hunter," Gordian said. Now that's the spirit of Esau right there. Gordian maintained that the hunting farm they visited offered the giraffe for them to hunt because it was a problem animal. They actually had an older giraffe that was eating up valuable resources other giraffes needed to survive, he said. He also said that the meat from the animals they killed was donated to a local village and will help feed 800 orphans over the next month. This is one of several recent incidents in which hunters have faced venomous criticism online. In July of last year, Minnesota dentist Walter Palmer sparked international headlines after posting photos online of a lion known as Cecil that he killed in Zimbabwe. Despite the controversy, Ariana said she doesn't plan to give up one of her favorite activities. "I would never back down from hunting," she said. "I am a hunter, and no matter what people say to me, I'm never going to stop." So yeah, there you have it. That right there is the spirit of Cain, which is the spirit of Esau. So let me bring out some precepts. If we go back to, let's go to Genesis chapter 27. Now jumping back to Genesis 25, Salakia. Yeah. Let's go back to the conception of Jacob and Esau. And it says, and Isaac was, Genesis 25:20, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. His hand took hold on Esau's heel. His name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. See, that's the point right there, Genesis 25:27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came in from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with this same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me?" And Jacob said, "Swear unto me this day." And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So that's the point. Esau was a cunning hunter, man of the field. If we go into Genesis 27, you get the account, and it says, and it came to pass when Isaac was old, his eyes were dim, so that he could not see. And he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, "My son." And he said unto him, "Behold, here am I." And he said, "Behold, now I am old, and know not the day of my death. Therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow." Look, that's a spirit, man, because that girl was hunting with a bow and arrow, isn't she? and go out into the field and take me some venison, and make me savoury meat such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake unto Esau his son. And Esau went into the field to hunt for venison and bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savoury meat, that I may eat and bless thee before Yahweh, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids or the goats, and I will make them savoury meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau is my brother, and he is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall be seen to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son, only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and he fetched and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savoury meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house. She put them upon Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savoury meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, and sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou art found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because Yahweh thy power hath brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, and his brother Esau as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. He said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came there and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which Yahweh hath blessed. Therefore the Most High give of thee the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth, and the plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be every one that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He had also made savoury meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of my son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten it all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword, here's the point, so it's been a long precept, but and by thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Now, that shows that Esau is a man of the field, a cunning hunter, and that his blessing is the sword. Also that they have the fatness of the earth at the moment, because these Edomites, they run around the world globe-trotting, country to country, doing whatever the hell they see fit. And in this case, they saw fit to slay animals, needlessly, just for their own pleasure, because they love killing. Now this goes back to Genesis, the 4th chapter, with Cain and Abel. I think it's Genesis 4. Because Esau is Cain in the reincarnation, and Cain was always had a murderous spirit on him. So Esau just loves to kill. So let's get the precept. This is Genesis 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel. Now that's basically Jacob and Esau. In the when Cain and Abel came back in the reincarnation, they were Jacob and Esau. But this is in a previous incarnation, so it's the same two spirits. It says, and Genesis 4:2, and she bare again his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahweh, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now thou art cursed from the earth, which hath opened up her mouth, and received thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. From thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Now that mark that was placed upon Cain was the mark of leprosy, which is what predominantly the so-called white people, which are the descendants of Esau, have. So this is just, some straight up, man. These people are straight up Edomites. These are the descendants of Esau. That's why they've got this murderous hunting spirit on them. That's how you can tell who these Edomites are, not just by the complexion of their skin, because obviously you've got Israelites who have the curse of biblical leprosy too, which is what these people have, making them red. Their flesh is red because the blood shows forth from under their skin. But it's also the spirit. When you learn how to discern spirits, you can tell which nationality people belong to. So I don't need to make this lesson any longer. I've made the point. So with that, giving all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of Well, and shalom to you, Arkim, pushing this word around the globe with faith and in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, ba ba ba.